that is part of the reason of the cost of the aircraft, including the technology. Rob, if you look to the right, you'll see something that used to be familiar. There are 4 of them. And
these are the stovepipe engines, aren't they, Danny?
Yes. See those smoke trails? That used to be very common in airliners and military aircraft. Because of the FAA mandate on noise and smoke requirements, these engines on airliners are no longer emitting that telltale trail, no matter what they are. That's because of improved design, lower sound around airports, greater fuel efficiency, but clean air. So this is the venerable Pratt & Whitney engine. It's got the small nacelle. That was the original engine on the Boeing 707. There is the unique feature on top, that striped dome. That gives it the identity of a 320B Boeing model. A great airplane to fly in the civilian world. But now, here's the increased capability. Why don't we put our radar operators in the combat area on the ground? Well, this, Airborne, can track more airplanes, both ours and the enemy. And it can do it from the ground up to the stratosphere. And then more control, mobile control, and much greater range and sophistication than being on the ground. That dome, to give you the size of the airplane, is 30 feet in diameter. It's an airborne warning and control system, generally abbreviated as AWACS. It's for surveillance, command, and control communications. Yes, it is used by United States Air Force, Royal Air Force, Royal Saudi Air Force, and NATO.
First flight of this airplane dates way back to, oh gosh, 50 years ago, September. Here we are again with another 50th anniversary.
Well, and that's getting your money out of an aircraft or an aircraft design. We have about 6 or 7 aircraft that have 60 years or more in continuous service with our military, and they've got a long life ahead of them.
They do indeed. And due to the cost, but yet the capability of it, they made fewer than, I believe, fewer than 70 of these things, Danny.
I got a total of 68.
That's okay. That's exactly what my. You see, if your number, ladies and gentlemen, are different from ours, then you're right.
We believe you. Folks, these are just numbers. They're printed by other people. They are not our estimation or our number. We research. We go to the history books. If you don't agree, you're with the majority. Everybody's an expert. At any rate, a total of 68. And throughout the course of the years, of course, the radar screens that the technicians are monitoring in the back of the airplane, they are, in fact, upgraded and modified. Look down capabilities, that is the key. From the sea up to sea level, from the sea up to the stratosphere. It has many upgrades. It has air-to-air refueling, and by the way, if you get in trouble, if you take a hit, it has a bailout tunnel for the crew.
I never knew that. How amazing is that?
And with aerial refueling, it can stay airborne a long time. So they have relief crews, they have onboard rest and meal services to be able to keep the surveillance crew fresh and the pilots fresh. So nutrition and rest, and then they rotate. After the rest period, pilots go up to the cockpit and the technicians go back to their scopes, and the folks who have been up on duty, they go back to the rest area, which by the way is quite comfortable, and the food is selected for its maximum nutrition and to keep your health up to speed, and that's how they can stay aloft for a long, long time and still be ready for the action.
It is some of the most critical duty that could ever take place in the airborne battle space, as literally its range is literally hundreds of miles and can be deployed any place on the globe. And that's one of the things that makes the E-3 Sentry such a unique airplane, and it's very cool that they've got it spinning for us today. Sometimes they don't have this the radome actually function.
More about the radome, it is supported inside of the fuselage on those pillars. And the radome itself, the horizontal position. Radome does angle in such a way that it doesn't produce a drag on takeoff. It has a maximum optional angle, I should say, just to make things more efficient.
They thought of everything,
They did think of everything, that's for sure.
And it's interesting also that if you go back to the days of the Lockheed Constellation and some especially outfitted Constellation that had some extra radar stuff on it, that was the birth for this airplane that has served for 50 years with the United States Air Force and other air arms around the world as well.
Yes. Docents are good, retired, not for me, Jack.
You've got docents and docents of years left in your...
kind of,
Okay.
take my wife.
I'm sorry. Why did I say that? Okay.
2 shows nightly with Rob Reiner.
One more pass. Okay, they're racking it around to the right now.
Okay, for your final photo opportunity, a little bit over your shoulder as they do the arc around. Let's do something. You know, many of the crew members will be looking out the window. They love this. Let's give them a wave as they pass in front of you. Get real animated because they'll look down and appreciate your enthusiasm. So if you got a hat to wave, believe me, you have eyes on you. They are proud to be. Yeah, they give you a little angle so the technicians in the back can look out the window. Get this in your cameras. Now you can wave, Dayton Airshow fans. Thank you for that. We'll do the same thing as the rotator continues to go around.
Just been handed off to approach control. They are gone. What a great deal that we got that many passes of the thing. And that is kind of rare too. There are shows that you and I attend, Danny, and announce where they get one pass. Just one. We get a bunch. That's pretty cool.
And that's very rare as we continue to repeat ourselves. Very rare for us to see that in an air show, especially the number of passes we got. But